Is your small living room feeling cramped, cluttered, and honestly, a little disappointing? What if I told you that size is not the problem, planning is? Welcome to Everyday Interiors TV. In today's video, we're starting part 1 of a powerful series where I'm going to break down exactly how to design a small living room so it looks bigger, brighter, and more luxurious, without knocking down walls or spending a fortune. The first thing you need to understand is this: space is not measured only in square feet. It's measured in perception, and perception is controlled by layout, light, proportion, and visual flow. If those 4 elements are balanced correctly, even a compact living room can feel high-end. Let's begin with the most important step: measuring and planning before buying anything. Most people make the mistake of buying furniture first and figuring out placement later. That is where everything starts going wrong. Always measure your room dimensions properly. Mark door openings, window placements, and walkway areas. You need at least 2.5 to 3 feet of clear circulation space for comfort. If your walkway is blocked, the room will always feel tight no matter how beautiful it looks. Next comes choosing the right sofa. In small living rooms, bulky arms and oversized backs are your enemy. Instead, look for slim arm sofas, clean lines, and raised legs. Raised leg furniture creates visual lightness because you can see the flooring underneath. The more visible floor area, the larger the room appears. Avoid extremely deep sofas unless your room allows it. Proportion is everything. Now let's talk about wall treatment. If your walls are dark and your room does not receive enough natural light, it can feel enclosed. That doesn't mean everything has to be white. Light neutrals like warm beige, soft greige, muted taupe, or even pastel tones can open up a room while still adding character. If you want to experiment, choose one accent wall instead of covering all 4 walls with heavy texture or bold wallpaper. Mirrors are another powerful tool. When placed strategically, especially opposite a window, they reflect light and create the illusion of depth. A well-placed mirror can make your living room feel almost double in size visually. But avoid cluttering the wall with too many small mirrors. One larger statement mirror works better than several tiny pieces. And here's something very important: don't block natural light. Avoid heavy, dark curtains that absorb brightness. Instead, use sheer curtains layered with light fabric panels. Hang them slightly higher than the window frame and let them fall all the way to the floor. This trick makes your ceiling appear taller. Before we move ahead, remember this: small spaces demand editing. You cannot treat them like large living rooms. Every piece must justify its presence. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to talk about furniture placement strategies and how to make your room feel intentionally designed rather than randomly arranged. What if I told you that the reason your small living room still feels tight, even after buying new furniture, has nothing to do with size and everything to do with visual weight? Welcome back to Everyday Interiors TV. Today we're going deeper into the design psychology that transforms compact living rooms into spaces that feel intentional, airy, and quietly luxurious. Stay with me, because toward the end I'm going to share the one mistake that instantly shrinks a space, no matter how expensive your decor is. Let's start with something most people completely ignore: visual flow. When your eye enters a room, it should travel smoothly from one end to the other without interruption. If your layout blocks that movement with bulky furniture, sharp contrasts, or cluttered surfaces, the room immediately feels smaller. This is why raised leg sofas and chairs work beautifully in compact spaces. When you can see the flooring continue underneath the furniture, your brain registers more openness. Even a few inches of visible floor can psychologically expand the room. Now think about alignment. In small living rooms, alignment creates calm. If your coffee table is off scale, your rug is too tiny, and your TV unit is oversized, the imbalance creates tension. Choose a rug large enough so that at least the front legs of your sofa sit on it. This anchors the seating area and makes the layout feel intentional rather than floating. Your coffee table should be proportionate, not so large that it blocks movement, and not so small that it feels disconnected. Balance is subtle, but it's powerful. Color layering is another advanced trick. Instead of introducing multiple strong shades, build depth using tones of the same family. For example, if your base is warm beige, layer it with deeper tan, soft cream, and muted brown. This creates richness without chaos. High contrast can look dramatic, but in small rooms too much contrast cuts the space visually into pieces. Smooth tonal transitions allow the eye to move continuously, which makes the room feel larger. Let's talk about texture, because texture adds luxury without adding clutter. Instead of introducing more decor pieces, introduce variation through materials. A linen sofa, a wooden coffee table, a matte finish wall, a soft woven rug. These layered textures create interest without overwhelming the space. When everything is glossy or everything is flat, the room feels one-dimensional. Texture adds quiet sophistication. Lighting deserves more strategy than just placing a ceiling fixture. In compact spaces, layered lighting creates depth. Combine ambient lighting with accent lighting. A warm floor lamp in one corner, subtle wall lighting, or even a table lamp can eliminate dark corners. Dark corners make rooms feel smaller. When light is evenly distributed, walls visually expand. Always aim for warm white lighting around 3000 K for a cozy yet refined atmosphere. Cool white lighting can feel harsh and shrink the warmth of a space. Now here's something designers always consider: negative space. Not every wall needs art. Not every surface needs decor. Leaving certain areas intentionally empty allows your statement pieces to stand out. If everything is competing for attention, nothing feels special. In small living rooms, restraint is elegance. Choose one focal point, maybe a textured wall panel, a large artwork, or a sculptural light, and let that be the hero. Storage should be invisible whenever possible. Closed cabinets look calmer than open shelves filled with objects. If you love open shelving, curate it carefully with breathing space between items. Overfilled shelves compress the room visually. Think curated, not crowded. The goal is to reduce visual noise. Another powerful technique is elongation. Vertical lines make ceilings feel higher. You can achieve this through tall curtains hung slightly above the window frame, vertical paneling, or elongated artwork. When the eye moves upward, the room feels taller. Similarly, horizontal alignment in furniture placement makes the room feel wider. These subtle directional cues influence how spacious a room feels. And now, the biggest mistake that shrinks small living rooms instantly: over-decorating in the name of coziness. Too many cushions, layered throws, excessive centerpieces, heavy drapery, and oversized decor create visual heaviness. Cozy does not mean crowded. In the next video on Everyday Interiors TV, I'm going to break down real-life layout examples and show you exactly how to plan different small living room shapes step by step. So if you're serious about designing smarter and making your home feel elevated without unnecessary expense, make sure you subscribe to Everyday Interiors TV and turn on notifications. We're not just styling spaces, we're creating homes that feel intentional, functional, and beautifully balanced. I'll see you in the next one. Sparkles.